Hi, and thank you for listening. This is Sherry Andrea, and I am happy that you're here with me. I appreciate you. If you're looking for me, you can find me at sherryspeaks.com. There you can find all sorts of things: attunement, certificates, services such as psychic readings, which I do. I'm a channeler, I'm a higher self channeler. Um, also, um, you can find services such as for individual clearings, like, so if you want to get your chakra work done, clear your aura. But then I also have services such as if you need something a little bit more heavy duty, like you're having problems with, psychic attack, negative energy coming from somewhere, you need serious clearing, block removal. Um, uh, I, that's a whole nother video, the whole removing blocks thing. That's a whole nother video, so I won't get into that. But anyway, you can find all those things there, and a contact form if you need to contact me for some reason to figure out, for example, how to schedule a coaching session with me or a psychic reading. You can go ahead and contact me if you can't, if you can't figure it, if you go to the website and can't figure it out. Okay, so anyway, I just wanted to do a little short video because I get a lot of people who they're on their way, on the path, and on their way to being a healer. And I meet people all the time. You guys have wonderful, marvelous abilities. You just don't know how to use them. You have these abilities to do these things, and you just don't realize it because you don't realize, in a way, how simple it is, how easy it is. It's not as complex as you think it is. One of the big things is I need you to think about imagination. What can you imagine? If you were going to imagine clearing someone that is complaining about having fatigue, low energy, now intuitively you may get that they have a vitamin deficiency. But if you wanted to help them and boost their energy, what can you imagine doing? Well, you could imagine them full of energy, right? So put those two together. Flow energy through you to them, while at the same time visualizing them doing somersaults, backflips, dancing, having no fatigue issues. It's that simple. Now, of course, you can get a little bit more fancy. We can use colors. We can use blue, for example, if we're looking to boost somebody's energy. I remember when I was practicing, and I asked a friend if I could practice on her, and she was like, yeah. She's just like, I am so tired. I really need to get some sleep. And I was like, oh, let me see what I can do. And I wanted to practice. At that time, I hadn't practiced a lot with sending energy in different colors. So the first one I sent was blue. At the time, I really didn't know much about which colors did what. I was literally just going off the seat of my pants, just off the top of my head, let's try blue. And she emailed me and she said, she was like, wow, that was really work. That was really powerful. I felt the energy. She said, and I've cleaned my whole house. She said, wow, what a burst of energy. She said, but that didn't really help me. It gave me this like burst of energy that had me cleaning my house and doing all this stuff. She goes, but I'm exhausted. I gotta sleep. So I then tried yellow, and that was the ticket. Yellow is that color that you can either visualize it, someone's aura as yellow, or you can just visualize sending them yellow energy. Maybe visualize them. My technique is to visualize filling them up with like a cup. And I, just as an example, I'll give you the rundown for those of you who want more how to. Okay, so I visualize the energy coming into me from my higher self, first of all. So you don't want to use your own energy. You want to pull the energy into you from somewhere. I pull it in from my higher self. Maybe you might pull it in from the ocean, from the moon, from the sun. But be very careful about pulling it in from somewhere like the sun, because the sun represents fire, and you don't want to accidentally imbalance somebody with the elements, you know. And also, you don't want to accidentally end up imbalancing yourself because you were trying to pull energy from the sun and it had you visualizing and thinking of fire. So be very careful about that. Maybe you want to visualize pulling energy from someplace like Stonehenge, the Grand Canyon, the ocean, like I said. Maybe some sacred place, you know. Visualize it coming into you. Now, I normally visualize the energy coming into my heart chakra. The reason why is because I'm visualizing that the energy is coming from my higher self. And when it comes to your higher self, the cord that connects you and your higher self connects to the heart chakra. And the energy comes into your heart chakra and then it goes everywhere else, and then it goes to all other chakras in your system. So I visualize it coming into my heart chakra. But then when I visualize the energy coming in, I also send it out through my heart chakra, but you could also send it out through your sacral chakra. You could visualize pooling it there until you have for a few minutes until you have a decent amount of energy pulled there, and then send it out. And when I visualize sending out, just visualize a stream of energy, but I visualize it filling the person who I'm helping, like a cup. So I actually visualize it going out from me and then filling them from their highest chakra and like filling them up like a cup fills up. So I literally visualize it from their feet all the way up. And yes, I actually tried to visualize seeing this energy filling them up, filling their arms all the way down to their fingers. This is important because sometimes when people get attunements, they will say, I don't even feel like my hand chakras are open. Because sometimes we haven't put enough focused visualization into it. And the reality is, this is about manifestation. We are trying to manifest a change. And so you want to put as much good focus on it and be as specific as possible. So I visualize it filling them completely up. But when it gets to the uppermost chakra, I visualize it then overflowing them. And then like almost overflowing and covering them. So this is one of my most basic techniques that I use. Now, let me give a little disclaimer and a little warning. You shouldn't be all willy-nilly just healing every Tom, Dick, and Harry because you can or because you think you can. Because you should not be healing anyone or giving anyone energy that is at a higher level than you are. Okay, this is really tough for a lot of people to like understand and to really buy into. But if you're at a lower level than somebody else, that would mean the energy that you're putting into them, you're at a lower vibration. The energy that you would be giving them is a little bit, I'm not going to use the word darker. It's just not as clear in energy as they are already holding. This would be likened to, like, let's say you want to help somebody and they're at a pretty high level. This would be like into putting maybe a very light mellow yellow into somebody who has white energy. And what does you mix yellow and white together, you still get a yellow, no matter how light it is. So what you've actually done is you've dampened their energy. Now you can agree with me, disagree with me, but the reality is I've been the guinea pig. So this is I only teach from what I've learned. I only teach from my own perspective, things that I've actually learned, things that I've actually figured out for myself, not just things that I know from reading and learning. No. If I don't know it firsthand, I don't teach it and usually talk about it. So you just have to be careful of that. Know who you're getting ready to help, because maybe there's somebody else you might be able to recommend them to. There will be plenty of people for you yourself to heal, of course. But know when that person is not maybe the one that you should be helping, or the one that maybe you can only help in a limited way. So, okay, let's go over this again. It's all about imagination. It's all about a visualization. And what can you imagine? Okay, so one thing I'd recommend, practice flowing energy every day. Flowing energy through you. Visualize energy coming into you either from your higher self or some other source, and visualize flowing it through you and back out of you and into the universe. Just do that every day just to get good practice with flowing energy. And then, after a little bit of practice, you're going to be well on your way to helping a lot of people. Get creative. This is about imagination. This is about creativity. This is about whatever you can imagine. You have to be able to trust it and believe it's true, it's possible, and you have to believe in your own abilities. You have to believe that whatever you buy into, whatever you think, whatever you try, you have to be able to buy into that. Yes, I can do that. Yes, I did this for this person and it's effective. You cannot doubt yourself. So if you have doubts, if you have trust issues with it, you need to work on that first. Work on resolving those trust issues, because you got to have faith in yourself. You got to believe in yourself and in what you can do. Usually I already know what a person can do. So I'm already at that part where it's like I've seen it. I've looked into them. I know what they can do, and I know they can do this. But I know they need to get to that point where they just are like, yeah, I can do this and I can do that. And it's whatever I can visualize, whatever I can imagine. I believe in you already, but you have to believe in yourself. Anyway, if you're looking for me, like I said, you can find me at sherryspeaks.com. Remember to practice every day. You can practice on yourself, on your cat, on a willing friend and participant. Make sure, if you're going to practice, make sure you ask first the person that you want to practice on. And have fun with it. Have fun with it. Learn to trust yourself and believe in yourself. It can be awesome if you just let it be, and if you just believe in it. Okay, so have a good day, good night, good morning, good evening, whatever it is for you. I'm so happy that you listened. I appreciate you. Namaste.